This is Josephine Scare, Technology Design Coach, showing you today how to embed Google items like slides, docs, sheets, and so forth into your Blend course. So I have this presentation that I made that I want to include in my Blend course here. I'm going to click into the Blend course where I want to put my presentation. I've made the module, I've titled my page accordingly, and as a reminder about good course organization, remember not to just title what the presentation is, but to tag it. So I usually, whenever I included slides in my Blend course, I would tag it with presentation, colon, and then I would name the presentation. That just helps me Control F more easily if I'm trying to find a presentation in a long module. And if I ever want to hyperlink to this page here, remember that your Blend items are all alphabetized. So I used to teach English, so I would also tag things with class readings. If there was a passage that we read in class, or if it was for homework, I would know what that item is. I could tag things with a lecture or practice, things like that. So I'm going to click into it, and I'll show you 4 methods to allow access for your Google items. I'm going to click edit, and I already have this thing that I wrote here that says, if you cannot access the presentation below, click here. What I do is I allow students 4 points of access, one being just having them click out into the presentation. So I'm not going to just click on the link up here above. I'm going to click in the corner and click share. And the default when I click share is always going to be anyone at AISD can view. I don't like that because I like giving caregivers access to my materials too, just in case they want to see what we're doing in class or if they want to review at home with their child. And remember, caregivers don't usually have an Austin ISD address unless they're in the district. Usually it's a Gmail or Yahoo account. So I go up to anyone with the link, and then I save it, and it says anyone with the link can view. And so think about like what you're sharing. Is it a field trip itinerary? Is it a potluck form where parents need to know, or caregivers need to know what their child's bringing? I usually like opening up the access, and then I can click on this button, link to URL, or I can use my shortcut key Control K, and I usually like opening it to a new window. So that's the first method. The second method, I want to actually embed it in the page here. And you can embed Google items on Blend pages, Blend quizzes, Blend discussion boards. The same process applies. I'm going to click on this Google Drive button, and it pops open my whole Google Drive. So if I know which folder it's in, I can definitely put that there, or I can just type in the presentation and it should pop up. I'm going to click on it and then click Embed here at the bottom, and then it puts the presentation in there. That's the second way. But remember, the default is, unless you change it ahead of time, it's only going to show to people with Austin ISD email addresses. If you want to mitigate that, the easiest way, if you know you want to allow access to everyone, just go to this button here next to the Google Drive button, that V symbol there, and then go to Google Drive. That automatically opens the sharing settings without having to go to share. Anyone with the link can view. You don't have to go through those steps. You just go to the V, the other Google Drive on the bottom of the list, select File, and then it pulls up your Google Drive. And again, you can search by folder, or it's actually pulling up my most recently opened item. I'm going to go ahead and attach it, and then voila, that's the third way that you can embed it in a Blend course. The fourth way is the surest way to embed things if you plan on transferring it to the Commons or to sharing out with different people. For example, remember this presentation lives in my drive, but if I'm trying to share it with like my friend in another school or my colleague in the hallway, it belongs to me, and sometimes the sharing settings get wonky with Google. So the surest way, if you are planning on sharing your Blend materials, like the actual Blend materials with someone, you're going to go to File, and I'll close this out, File, and then at the bottom of the list is Publish to the Web, right there. So click Publish to the Web, and then I'll click Embed, Publish, and it gives me this really weird code. I'm going to copy the code, and then I can I can either go to my HTML editor and just Control V, I can paste it there, or I'll show you another way. Let me scroll to the bottom. So I'm at the bottom here. There's my cursor, that's where I want it. I'm gonna click Insert Media, Embed. I'll put the embed code there. And that's the third way that I can do it, and then I can save. So I've shown you 4 ways to embed a Google item into your Blend page. You can embed any Google item using any of the 4 methods. Again, there's no wrong or right. There's just a workflow that works for you and a method that might be most conducive for whatever your goals are. The first one allows access by having students click out on the hyperlink. This one is only for Austin AISD email addresses. This one, it opened the sharing settings. Remember, we went to V and then we went to that Google Drive down at the bottom. This one automatically opens sharing settings, so I don't have to go through all the hoops of share anyone with the link in view. And this one is the best for if I'm sharing my whole Blend page. So I published it and then embedded it. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.